Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the midheaven in conjunct the south node in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects of the natal chart. They were a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do is make another series on in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have the midheaven in conjunct the south node in a natal chart, one way it may manifest is that it could be where you have an adjustment, which is the inconjunct, that may be needed between career-related matters, which is the midheaven, and what you're naturally proficient in, which is the south node. One or the other may be overemphasized, and the key is to find balance and equilibrium between the two. They could be where career-related matters may dominate, monopolize your time and energy to the expense of those that you're naturally proficient in, or it could be the other way around, the things, activities connected with what you're naturally proficient in. May dominate, monopolize your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of career-related matters and endeavors. So, it's really, you got to keep in mind that there could be a lot of vacillation and fluctuation and distortion of energy with inconjunct aspects in astrology, and it's about finding the balance, the harmony, and the equilibrium with the two. And let's say if you have the midheaven in Aquarius as an example, career-related matters may involve humanitarianism or altruism. It may be associated with astrology, astronomy, computers, electronics, innovation, meteorology, or aviation, as some examples. And another thing about this aspect is that another way it may manifest is that there may be an imbalance, which is the inconjunct between activities connected with the dominant parent, which is often the father, and that's the midheaven, and those that figure prominently in your past, which is the south node. You may be dominated by one or the other. So it could be where those activities, with the dominant parent, may monopolize and dominate your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of those that played an integral role in your past, or it could be the other way around. Those that played an integral role in your past may monopolize and dominate your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of the dominant parent. So again, it's about finding the balance, the harmony, and the equilibrium of the energy, because you can have a lot of vacillation, distortion, and fluctuation of this energy when you're talking about inconjunct aspects in astrology. Now, let's say, for example, if the south node is in Aries, one or more people that played an integral role in your past may actually be an Aries sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply embody the traits of the sun. It could be those that are aggressive, assertive, ardent, forceful, courageous, fearless, combative, impatient, impulsive, may be very pioneering and innovative as well. And also, too, another way that the midheaven in conjunct the south node may be expressed in the natal chart is that it may either be extremely easy or difficult in terms of attaining success, which is the midheaven, during the first half of one's life, which is the south node. So there may be times where there may be tremendous ease in attaining that success during that first half of one's life, and other times it may feel like it's this big laborious effort. It's like it's arduous in terms of doing so. Now, if success, if the midheaven is in Taurus as an example, success may be attained in a more methodical, deliberate, and plotting manner. It may be doing something Taurus related, whether it could be something connected with banking, finance, agriculture, architecture, gardening, cultivation, farming, geology, carpet laying, art, music. It could be work that involves stocks or a business, working as a pawnbroker, as some examples. And also, too, another way that this aspect may manifest in the natal chart is that it may be either exceptionally easy or difficult as far as finding the ambition, which is the midheaven, doing what you're naturally proficient in, which is the South Node. Now, if the South Node is in Gemini, as an example, you may be naturally proficient in manifold things, in multitasking. Maybe it's doing something with communications, such as writing, reporting, journalism, data or satellite communication. It may be something that involves manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics, as some examples. And also, too, another way this aspect may be expressed is that the dominant parent, older people and authority figures, which is the midheaven, may either be extremely advantageous or no help whatsoever in the expression of your natural built-in abilities, which is the South Node. Now, so there can be times when those people may be very, beneficial, to you expressing your natural built-in abilities, and other times they just might not be around. It doesn't mean that they're, necessarily going to be detrimental in those matters, but they just may be oblivious, and really not be, encouraging for whatever reason, in the natural built-in abilities, which again is the South Node. Now, if the South Node is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, natural built-in abilities may simply involve being able to care or nurture, protect. It might involve home-related, introverted activities, things that require dedication, devotion, tenacity. It may be doing something Cancerian related, whether it could be home improvement, remodeling, renovation, real estate, cooking, culinary, restaurant work. It may involve doing something in a laundry or plumbing business, as some examples. Now, also, two overdeveloped and redundant qualities, which is the South Node, may either have a very adverse or it could be no effect whatsoever on one's public image and reputation, which is the midheaven. Now, the thing about this is that the South Node is in Virgo, as an example. Overdeveloped and redundant qualities may simply involve overanalysis, such as seeing the Dwad within the Dwad in an astrological placement. South Node in Capricorn, may be overly regimented energy. It may be, being consistent, to a fault, to the expense of not having any kind of, variety, or not having any change in like a routine, or, being so businesslike, that the person, forgets about their whimsical side. It could also be, another way that, this aspect may be expressed in the natal chart is that superiors, which is the midheaven, may either be, very auspicious or no help at all as far as what you need to leave behind, which is the South Node. So there can be times when superiors, which can include authority figures, people in management, may either be exceptionally advantageous or beneficial in what you need to leave behind. And other times they may simply be oblivious in those matters, and they're just not, there for you, for whatever reasons, in terms of trying to assist you in what is needed to be left behind. Now, if the South Node, is in Leo, as an example, you may need to leave behind. It could be very, extremely attention-seeking energy, constantly wanting to be lauded and praised for one's efforts. It might be very, domineering, arrogant, egotistical qualities, as some examples being overly bombastic, as as an example, constantly wanting attention for whatever you're doing. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay